Hey everybody, Spaz here, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of But Is It Power Pop? We are finally settled up here in Sacramento. I've got my CD racks up. I've got about maybe 3,400 on display here in the room, and I've got probably at least that, if not a little more, in boxes in the garage, because they can't all fit in this room. But I'm okay with that. I am. Anyway, before we get started on the stuff, I wanted to bring something up here. Remember when a few episodes back, I talked about Nick the Knife and the Showman by Nick Lowe? Well, now you can rush out and you can buy these. Yes, the 6 Nick Lows are available on CD for you for purchase through Yep Rock. They are Jesus of Cool and Labor of Lust have already been released. So this basically takes care of his CBS years. And these have bonus tracks and all that fun stuff. So I highly recommend you to go out and finish your Nick Lowe collection. But let's get started right away. Whoa, this is exciting. This is not a new album, but it's from 2014, and it's one of the finest power pop bands treading the boards today. It's the Bobble Heads. This is the brand, well, actually this album came out in 2014, and this is an absolutely if you haven't heard the Bobble Heads, you need to. They're one of those bands where you put the record on or the CD and you go, oh wow, gosh, it's a great song, can they top that? The next song, boom, they top it. The next song, boom, just great song after great song. Lead singer and songwriter John Ashfield just knows his way around a melody. How would I describe them? First off, yes, it is power pop. Second off, his voice, if you're familiar with the group Gene, Martin Rossiter, he has this, he's influenced by Morrissey. Well, Bobbleheads, John Ashfield sounds like he's got the same kind of voice and sometimes the same type of pronunciation. He doesn't sound like Morrissey, don't worry. I mean, I love Morrissey, but I don't want Morrissey in power pop. But great stuff. There's also the album Automatic Fun. There's also Two Guitars Open Fire. There's a couple EPs I'm missing. And also, John Ashfield, he's got solo releases. I've only got 2 of them. They are just as well written, just great songs. They're not pow, bam, strum, biff, bang, pow type, power pop stuff, but they are definitely worth your while. So the Bobbleheads and John Ashfield, you should definitely check them out. Next up, we have a band some of you, or maybe all of you, should know, the Grays. This is the self-titled album. The 2 main guys in the Grays were singer-songwriter, composer John Bryan, and former Jellyfish and 3 O'Clock member Jason Faulkner. And it's a more lush, maybe a little bit more commercial Jellyfish type sound. Just very beautiful, great melodies, quirky arrangements. Maybe it's a mixture between Jellyfish and Toy Matinee. Very mature, very, very, very thoughtful arrangements. And yes, it's definitely power pop. You should definitely check that out if you're a Jellyfish fan or a John Bryan fan or a Jason Faulkner fan or just a power pop fan. Next up, we've got the Jet Set. Singer-songwriter Paul Beauvoir. Exceptionally talented man. The Jet Set. Were they power pop? No. Yeah, kind of. Sometimes they were. But they were really an homage to an innocent time in the 60s where music and fun came together. A lot of their image is based on, obviously, the Beatles and the Monkees. Their clothes were very Monkees, but that's very Yellow Submarine-ish. Was it a joke? No. It was just 4 guys having fun. And Paul Beauvoir, he was able to take the essence of 60s songwriting and really build upon it and create a whole new world for the Jet Set. This right here is on Tangerine, the label Tangerine. There was also Best of the Jet Set 2. And but there was another CD, I think it might have come out on Cherry Red. It was a 2 CD collection that basically has everything here. think it has most everything from their 5 albums or so. They were around in the mid to late 80s, I believe, and they were totally out of step with everything, which was great. In fact, a lot of their stuff is really timeless. Sometimes there's some keyboards on there that make you go, oh, that was recorded in '85. But generally speaking, it's timeless. It's fun. It's quirky. It's guys having a good time, and that's all you can ask for. Paul also had a solo album called Dumb Angel, and he was in a band called Small Town Parade, and he does art now, and he's a really talented guy. And when I say art, he does like a lot of like layout for like Cherry Records or Cherry Red Records. He does like the booklet layout and stuff, and also for like the Elvis Follow That Dream label, he does that as well. Really talented guy. I just wish that more people knew his music. Next up, this is just a mention. New Nick Hayward. Is it power pop? It's pretty darn close. Some moments are really power pop. This was a Pledge Music thing. This is an autographed one. This is the deluxe edition that has a bonus disc with 3 songs on it. This is coming domestic now. Oh, it's numbered. I forgot to mention that. Mine's 729 out of 1,500. So maybe if you get up there on the Pledge Music site, you'll be able to get the bonus disc. Because I don't think this is coming domestic, the deluxe edition. It's one of the little digibooks, and it's great. A lot of great songs. Nick Hayward is far more than the singer-songwriter from Haircut 100. He had a slew of albums in the 90s that power pop fans stand by. So I would definitely stand by them as well. Coming up next is a band called The Donkeys. The Donkeys? What the heck? Yes, The Donkeys. It's a band, I should have done my research before I came on here. I believe they were Irish. And they only put out a handful of singles. And singles, A and B sides, friggin' amazing. There was like Eugene, No Way, Strike Talks, Let's Float. And they never made an album. Well, I think they were recording an album because this Donkey CD right here, this one right here, 2 CDs. It's got all their singles, A and B sides. Plus, it's got a bunch of unreleased material. Some of it experimental, some of it just great pop. I mean, it's definitely power pop. Okay? They weren't like Stiff Little Fingers or the Undertones, but they were more. Their sound was more akin to the mod scene. And you really need to get this. I believe it's still in print on Detour Records. It's just chock full of great stuff. There's some weirdness, like I said, some experimental stuff on there. But when they're right on the pop track, they are just amazing. There was, just as a brief aside, there was a Japanese single disc collection, but that's probably, it's like basically all of this is here, and then you get more. So I would recommend you to get that. Here's one that's kind of more recent. Mr. Eugene Edwards. I actually knew Eugene. Well, I know Eugene. I mean, I would say hi to him, and he'd probably say, "Hey, Spaz." Either that, or he'd go, "I know you." But anyway, Eugene, extremely talented guy. I say his music is somewhere falls in the Elvis Costello, Marshall Crenshaw. Oh my gosh, we're coming in for landing. And then you get Eugene Edwards. This is a great record. It's on the Tallboy Records label, the same label that put out the last couple Sugar Plastic things. This is something you really need to get. It's really exciting. A lot of great songs. He's a smart songwriter, great singer, great guitar player. In fact, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, he is Dwight Yoakam's guitar player. So you may recognize him if you've seen Dwight Yoakam live lately. Eugene Edwards. My Favorite Revolution. It's a great record, and you really, really, really need to check it out. And finally, I don't think I've talked about this before, but these guys are definitely power pop, whether you like it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come, the Vapors! Yes, Nuclear Days. This is friggin' power pop. Forget about new wave or mod. I mean, it is on the Captain Mod label, but still, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Forget about Turning Japanese. You have to listen to the other stuff. Both albums are absolutely fantastic. David Fenton had a way of writing songs. And see all those songs here? See how many songs there? This is pretty much everything the Vapors released. Okay? And out of all this, I don't care for 2 songs. Everything else is wunderbar, fantastic and wonderful. But otherwise, that's it. I thank you for tuning in to another episode of But Is It Power Pop? And I hope to see you soon. Smell you later.